I've made all these textured papers using these paints and just this stencil. What's going to happen when I introduce this stencil to these textures? Well, that's what today's video is going to be all about. So if you're interested, carry on watching and all will be revealed. So what I thought I would do is I would start off with one or two of the papers that I'm not really that keen on, which is these two here. So what I'm going to do is to put a different stencil on. I'll use different colours, but what I am hoping to do is to learn by the exercise, and as per usual it could go horribly wrong, but who knows, we'll only find out when I pull the print. So take a deep breath, get your beverage of choice, and let's get going and see what happens. So I'll get my trusty jelly plate. I think what I'm going to do is I'll go with this one first, which is my really least favourite. And if you want to know how these were made, these are in the previous videos. I'll leave the link in the description because these are part of two different videos. So I'll leave the details of how to link up to them in the description below. This is Naples yellow and it's ROWLEY. A nice thin coat. Pop that on there, and let's go with this one. So I'm putting the opaque on top. Firstly I'll use the Naples yellow and then I'll try the opaque teal. This is always the interesting part, isn't it, when you take it off. So there we go. That really has livened it up, hasn't it? I think I needed to push a bit further down there in the middle, so I'll make sure that when I do it again I'll press on it some more. This was a ghost print that I did on the last video. I'll leave the link to that here so you can see that. So this was just a ghost print. I don't want to waste this paper, this paint here. So the ghost print was just a bonus from the last video. So if this goes awfully wrong, then it really doesn't matter. And I think that looks really nice. I'm going to put something else on top of there, but at the moment I'm quite happy with that. So which one to do next? Well, again, this is my least favourite, so let's see what happens. Putting the teal on again. Very fluid, this one. Not really holding out much hope that this is going to be fabulous, but you never know. do have problems with my hand, and I have one of these things called a Baron, which helps me push down, but I don't really want to use it because I don't want everybody or some people to think that it's necessary for doing gel plate printing. It's more a necessity for me because I have problems with my right hand. So, well, yeah, what can I say? I'm really quite happy with that. Can't really see the green gold underneath, but there's just a kind of mere hint of it. Let's get that onto this. This is a ghost print on a ghost print. Here's my Baron again. So there's two ghost prints, a ghost print on top of a ghost print, and they look really quite nice, and I'm going to go over the top of those again with another stencil which I haven't decided on yet, but yeah, so that's again opaque onto opaque. Okay, I shall write that down before I forget. So let's see what happens with these two. I'll use the same colours again, not really that keen on either of those, but let's go with the Naples yellow onto this one here. I'll use the same stencil again. Maybe a little bit of turquoise left on this, a little bit more, too sparing. Wait. Application of the paint. I get really giddy when I'm doing these, and sometimes I just keep on going. Go. Put this on. Put this on. Really not keen on this pull that I did yesterday. Ooh. That's moved somewhat. See what happens with this one. Go! Well, that's again quite interesting. I put that onto, this is another ghost print, so let's put that on there. Quite interesting. Put that to one side. I'm going to clean this off and then I'll get back to you again. I try not to waste too much paper. I'm using this small jelly plate because I know I can fit it onto an A4 paper, so I can get two pulls from it, and if I wanted to I could use the other side as well. I've also been using this is a book or catalogue from the local beautiful supermarket that is in my village, and what I do is I can keep these roll-offs and use them in collage. So again, I'm not rolling off onto paper and then throwing the paper away. So some of these can be used in collage. So it is a way of saving paper. So that said, what am I doing next? I'll keep that there. I've done that one, which I'm super happy with, really happy with that. And now I shall go on and do, let's go for this one. Again, this is the one that I did last, and I'll go over it with the teal and the magenta again. So let's go with the magenta first. Hopefully I've got just a little bit left in here. Be careful, because the more I go over it, the more it's going to lift the paint, so I'll leave it like that, otherwise I'm going to have to put some more on. And I'm going to go with this one here. Might not be an awful lot of paint on this one. Yeah, you can just about see it. So it's a bit of a crazy pattern going on. I don't know what would be left on here. Let's go over that one. This is the ghost print. So it's a ghost print on top of a ghost print on top of a ghost print on top of a ghost print. A lot of ghosting going on here. Or is that something completely different? Well, that's a bit psychedelic, isn't it? But I really like it. That's a ghost print on a ghost print on a ghost print. Interesting. Just wipe this down. The other thing that I use that is reusable are these papers here. Comes on a roll. I can't remember the name of them, but you can just rinse them out and use them again and again. So they're much better than paper towels that you have to just keep on throwing away because they fall to pieces. Do excuse the sounds, the squeaks. Right, what did I say I was going to do? Alright, yeah, I'm going to use the teal on this one. It's a lot more fluid. Oops, and it's got some magenta in it as well. And a hair. We don't need the hair. Excuse me. And a sneeze. Well, that's really not what I was expecting. like that. I'm going to have to write that down because I will definitely forget it. Let's put this on here. Again, a ghost print. This is with the teal. Press it down. Okay, so those are again the ghost prints. I think they're really interesting. Not everybody's cup of tea, obviously, but yeah, really quite interesting. A lot of depth to them. Put those to one side. I'm going to have to make a note now before I forget, so I'll be back with you in a couple of seconds. Righty-ho, let's do this one now. It really is, ooh. It sounds as though it's kissing the jelly plate goodbye. It's almost out. Thin smearing. Here's my stencil. Use the Baron. This middle part that doesn't seem to want to be taken up. It's little tiny apertures in the stencil. Okay. Again, very interesting. And let's see if I can get this last ghost print on the ghost print. I think it probably will have dried too much. We have that. So I'm going to just clean everywhere up and then I'll come back to you and we'll do a review of what I've done with these papers that were either a ghost print or papers that I was really not pleased with. And I've not even started on the textured papers that I really like, so I'll be back with you in a few seconds. So just doing the review now. I've used these paints, which are the opaque paint is Naples Yellow and Teal, and the translucent is QUINACRIDONE Magenta and Green Gold. And I've used these two stencils on everything that I've produced over the last few sessions. Let's just put these to one side. And these are the first papers that I've put together, and I've written on the bottom the order that I've used the paints and what paints I've used, and these are the pulls that I really didn't like, and I've gone from something that was really not very interesting to something that is I think quite interesting. Here's another one as well. I really quite like this one. And the bonus is that I've gone over the ghost prints, so I've got ghost print on top of a ghost print on top of a ghost print, and these could have been easily wiped away with my baby wipes, but I decided to carry on, and I've got these, which are, as I say, a bonus, things that I would probably have just not tried to make, but I find this really inspirational into trying to do it again. And because I've got what I've written down and the order, then I've put the paints and stencils onto the Gelli plate, I'll be able to reproduce that, not with the same stencils but with the same colour order. Here's another one now. Again, the ghost prints, and probably the least successful of them all, this one here, but as I've just said, these were ghost prints that would have been probably wiped off and not seen the light of day. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I found it really interesting, and I've come away with lots of pieces of textured paper that I can use in my collage, which I'm planning to show you what I do with them. So just remember that I've used these paints and these stencils and got all this variety of textured papers just from these few items. So I hope you'll join me next time when I start to work on the papers that I really like, and hopefully they don't turn out horrendous. So see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.